This is an SEO tutorial for complete beginners in just 5 minutes. So I'm not going to go into any great depth, but if you don't understand what SEO is and you just want to know basically what it is or what are the main things you're supposed to do when it comes to SEO, which is search engine optimization. Now, for those of you who might not understand what SEO is, it's basically a way of getting your website shown on the Google page. So when somebody conducts a search, like for your products or services, then you've got a chance of being shown. So your website's got a chance of being shown as opposed to your competitors. So what are the basic things that you should be doing when it comes to SEO? And in this video, I want to cover around about 5 different things. Actually, I cover 6 different things because I'll also give you a demonstration towards the end. So do keep watching. So some of the main things that you're supposed to be focusing on when ranking your website or when trying to rank your website on the Google page using SEO. The first one is your title tag. And what is your title tag? Your title tag is what people will see when they search the Google page, and it's the clickable link. So let me just show you on the screen. So if I go to Google and if I type in a service, like for example, dentists, if I type in dentists near me, and I press enter, then this is the Google Ads section, so we want to ignore this for now. This is the Google Maps section, so we want to ignore this for now. This is the SEO section. So this blue link here is your title tag, and this is the clickable link which will take people to your website. And as you can see, it's the link that stands out the most. So the blue links stand out the most, and this is called your title tag. And your title tag can be a maximum of 60 characters long only. Make sure that each one of your pages has got a relevant title tag. So if you've got a website and if you're a dentist and you do Invisalign, and maybe you do Invisalign and you're based in London, you can have a title tag saying Invisalign in London. So then that will be the blue link that I just shown you, which will stand out than anything else. And Google will read that. It's one of the first things that Google looks at to determine, is this the most relevant website that I want to show on the Google page? So make sure your title tag is highly relevant for each page, and it is a maximum of 60 characters long. The second thing is your meta description. Now, your meta description can be up to 160 characters long. It is not a ranking factor. So Google will not read your meta description and say, hey, because they put these keywords in the meta description or they've used these words, then I'm going to rank this person, this website. It's more to help users determine when they see your website listing, is your website the most relevant? Is your website most relevant according to what they are searching for? So if you go again on the Google page, this over here, this black area, this black text here is what the meta description is. So you got to make sure that this meta description is written in a way that you're going to influence people to click on your website and give them some incentive, give them some reason to click on your website compared to somebody else's. So if you've got two listings here, right, why should they click on your listing compared to your competitors' listing? So you've got to make sure that first of all, make sure it's got your keyword in it. So because you can see that because I searched for dentist near me, the word dentist is in bold. So make sure it's got that in it. And then just make sure you've written it, it's well written, because you want to increase something called your click-through rate, which is your CTR, which determines that how many times your ad is shown compared to how many people clicked on it to visit your website. The third thing is I just briefly mentioned keywords. So for each page, have a think that if you was a person interested in a product or service, what are you likely to type in into Google to search for that product or service? If it's Invisalign in London, then if you've got a page for Invisalign in London, make sure you've got the keywords in it called Invisalign in London. However, make sure that the whole page content is written for humans and not for search engines. So make sure you've got references to Invisalign in your content and London in your content. And now that you've got references to Invisalign in your title tag, your meta description, and your body, your main content, now you've got a good chance of Google understanding what your content is all about. So make sure you use your keywords within your main page. So each page have different keywords. This brings me on to fourth point, which is the quality of the content. Do not write for search engines. Make sure that the content that you write is for humans. It's very good English, it's very informative, it's well structured, and people are going to find it of great value when they read your content. Make sure you use rich media, videos, images to demonstrate your points. And think about how your target market or your target potential customers might like to read your content. Either they like to read long form content or short content in small paragraphs, a few bullet points and demonstrations of examples and videos. So you know that what your content, what your potential customers are likely to read, and format it in that way. But make sure that your content is highly informative, and it's got some actionable tips on there, so that when your users read it, they find it useful and they will more likely to read it. And the more they read it, Google will pick up these signals to say, hey, this content is being read, so therefore I'm going to almost give this person a tick in the box to say the content well written. So therefore that influences how well your website gets ranked on the Google page. The fifth point is just make sure that your website has been tested for mobile friendliness, because if you look at your statistics, if you're using any sort of tool like Google Analytics or whatever, you'll see over 50% of people, probably even 60% of people, are starting off their search journey on a mobile device. So even though you might be used to looking at your website or websites on a desktop, get your mobile out and see what your website looks like on a mobile device. Is it usable? Is the writing too small? Can the buttons be seen? Can the call to actions be seen? And so on, right? So make sure that your website is mobile friendly. It's absolutely imperative, especially in this age whereby we've got websites can be seen on desktop computers, they can be seen on tablets, on mobiles, and so many other types of devices. Now, the sixth point is, if you want to get a bit more technical, you can audit your website. So you can either audit your website yourself, or you can outsource it to an independent marketing specialist and say, hey, take a look at my website and tell me what's right or wrong with it. For example, if you want us to audit your website, there'll be a link in the description below. Get in touch with us. We'll take a look at your website, and we'll send you a 15-minute audit of what we think is good with your website, where it needs improving, and how you can improve your rankings. Or if you want to do it yourself, you can use various tools. Like if you've got a WordPress website, for example, you can install a plugin. Guys, if you're finding this sort of content useful, do hit the subscribe button, because I help produce weekly videos on getting businesses listed onto the Google page and to help grow businesses. So make sure you do click on the subscribe button to help support my channel, guys. So if what I meant by plugins is, let's say, for example, this website here, Fix My Car UK, you can go inside the back office and you can click on plugins here and click on add new. And when you click on add new, you can install a plugin. Like, for example, you can type in all in one SEO, for example, and that's one of the popular plugins. So this is it over here. You can click on the install button, and this is obviously just a one very quick high level demonstration that I'm giving, and then you activate it. And once you've activated it, this works really well with WordPress websites. And then what you'll see when you've activated it is you'll see that on your left hand side, you'll see an option. Once I refresh my screen, over here called all-in-one SEO. So if you click on it, and let's say if you go to a dashboard, you'll be taken to some basic prompts. And the first thing you should do is just launch the setup wizard. And you don't need to enter any information. Just keep it really super basic. Just keep saying yes to everything. Save and content. Save. Click on save, and then click on save again. Obviously, it's got some pro options over here, which you don't need at this point in time, because all you want is a very basic audit to be done. Click on save again, and click on save again. And what it will do is click on I'll do this later. And what it'll do is it'll talk you through some steps about connecting to your Google Search Console. Actually, that's a very important step as well, but I don't want this tutorial to be going on for too long. The Search Console is absolutely imperative. If you want to know more about it, get in touch with us. click the skip button and click the skip again. And then what it'll do is it'll start looking at your website, and it'll start auditing your website, and it'll start taking a look. Look over here. So it's telling us that, hey, this website scores 87 out of 100. It's got some issues that it's listed, like 4 important issues, and it's got some recommendations and what's good about it. So it just gives you a bit of an overview about what you need to do. So you can then click on here, and whatever it suggests, you can make improvements on it. So guys, this was a very quick SEO tutorial. And again, I'm sorry I did skip the 5-minute mark a little bit, but I thought it was really imperative, and I hope you found this video useful. If you want to learn more about these sorts of things, please do hit the subscribe button and let me know what sort of SEO related questions have you got. Whatever questions you got, put it in the description box below, and either myself or a member of my team will come back to you. Goodbye and happy SEOing. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you on another video. Goodbye for now.